had a relatively benign course for this virus nationwide. And I think the one-size-fits-all that we're going to have a national strategy and nobody's going to go to school is kind of ridiculous. We really ought to be doing it school district by school district, and the power needs to be dispersed because people make wrong predictions. And really the history of this, when we look back, will be of wrong prediction after wrong prediction after wrong prediction, starting with Ferguson in England. So I think we ought to have a little bit of humility in our belief that we know what's best for the economy. And as much as I respect you, Dr. Fauci, I don't think you're the end all. I don't think you're the one person that gets to make a decision. We can listen to your advice, but there are people on the other side saying there's not going to be a surge and that we can safely open the economy, and the facts will bear this out.
Yeah, but he right though. The clip I just played for you was an interaction between Kentucky Senator Rand Paul and Dr. Anthony Fauci, who is on President Trump's coronavirus task force. I speak English good. That exchange lit the internet on fire. Rand Paul was trending at #1 on Twitter for hours, with everybody not one good thing to say about the guy. And this is because of the fact that Dr. Anthony Fauci has become somewhat deified in our society right now. You know, everyone loves the guy. They look at him like some infallible savior of mankind. But the fact is, Rand Paul is right. Dr. Fauci's been wrong. A lot. But I don't necessarily blame Fauci for that. His entire job is to operate off of information that's given to him. And the conclusions that he comes to are wrong, but they are conclusions based off of his medical training. He sees a worst case scenario and then advises our leaders to do what's possible to make that scenario not come true. In truth, his scenarios being wrong are part of his job. That's when he knows that he succeeded. So it is important to heed his medical advice and listen to him. Take his points into consideration. That said, Dr. Anthony Fauci is not qualified to make decisions on how we run the United States of America. No doctor is. Firstly, Fauci's medical expertise is primarily centered around infectious diseases. The entire field of medicine is so wide and vast, and infectious diseases it's about this much of a much wider pie. So the width of Fauci's knowledge on that singular subject is great, but when it comes to even any other field of medicine, he's going to have to defer to somebody else. We have to remember that he's only a man. He's not going to know everything about medicine. But more importantly, Fauci ain't going to know jack about anything else. This definitely includes knowing the ins and outs about the economy, supply and demand, how businesses are run, all that jazz. So when Fauci says that ending the lockdown is going to cause needless death and suffering, he's not wrong. People are going to get sick. People are going to catch the virus. But Fauci's just focusing on the virus. He doesn't see the much larger monster bearing down on us in the form of economic destruction. Like I said in my last video, poverty is the cause of causes when it comes to disease and sickness. I mean, consider the coronavirus a pea shooter and poverty a nuclear missile. This is why whenever you hear these blue state Democrat leaders going, yeah, well, we're just keeping everyone on lockdown because we're following the advice of medical professionals, they're not doing smart things. They're focusing on the tiniest aspect of our civilization. You cannot let the doctors alone decide everything about how we run our society, our economy, everything. You wouldn't let your doctor design your car. Yeah, sure, it'd probably be very safe, but it would be very expensive and it would hardly work if it ever really worked at all. All I'm advocating for here is balance. And not in that creepy Thanos way either. Gotta watch out for those creepy environmentalists, man. Also, this quarantine is making me bored to eat, a lot. I'm eating grapes in front of you, but last night I totally downed an entire pint of Ben & Jerry's in one sitting. In conclusion, let's not be mean to Fauci, but let's not make him a sacred cow either. The dude is infallible and he does not have an expertise that spans the entire width and breadth of human civilization. But you know what you really should do is head on over to redstate.com and pay us a visit. We got a lot of new great content popping up there every day, and you can also join our VIP, which gives you access to all sorts of articles that you wouldn't normally get. And if you use the promo code Morse, you get a discount, and I'm told, scientifically, you start to become 30% more attractive. Be sure to leave a like on this video down below, and I will see you in the next one. Let's hope by then I'm not 3 pints in. Not of beer, Ben & Jerry's. I mean, I'm always 3 pints in on beer. Just assume that I'm drunk, all the time. I think that's the safe bet.